Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Clarissa and I'm a knitter and aspiring clothes maker living in Scotland with my husband, my baby boy, and our dog. This is episode 3 of my knitting podcast. Hello, it's been a month since I last posted, I think, and I have a lot to catch you up on. I have 3 finished objects and, well, 3 in a bit, and then 3 works in progress. I will just jump right in. My first finished object is what I'm wearing. This is the first sweater by Hive knits. The yarn that I used is Filcolana Arwetta in grey, held together with Drops Kid Silk in Blue Wind. The yarn was what was recommended by the pattern. I really like the color, but the mohair I find is really hairy. I think I've said this a few times already. And I don't know, it just gets everywhere. It gets in my food and my baby's food. It's just really hairy. I posted this on Instagram, and Lizzie, the author of this pattern, said that she works with Drops Kid Silk a lot and she's not seen it be this fluffy, so it could potentially just be this colorway. I'm not sure, but it is really nice. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's really, it's like a gray and then dark blue, like royal blue hair in the mohair. And then I paired it with the dark gray Filcolana Arwetta yarn as recommended, and it turned out really nice. No, I think I should just show you and talk you through it. It's turned out quite large on me. So this is me. And this is the jumper, which I don't really mind, and it's turned out a bit short and the sleeves really long. I don't mind that it's as oversized as it is, because I quite like large jumpers anyway, and you know, more space for cake. So I use needle size 4.5 and I knit size 5. I think that's how I met gauge. And I think I've sized down needle sizes for the colors and the cuff, but for the hem, I was watching Laura from Penrose Knits, who said that she has larger hips, so she prefers her jumpers to be quite straight and rather than hugging her hip, which I completely agree with. I think that's my body shape as well. So I didn't size down for the hem, and I think it worked out. I mean, I suppose I could have sized down the needle size because of how large this turned out, and it still would have been fine, but I didn't size down. And it's great because it hangs off of me rather than hugging my hips, which is how one of my first sweaters turned out, and I couldn't figure out why. It was really weird, but I ramble. So this is it. It's finished. So Scottish summer is finished, I think. And it's getting a little bit chilly and windy. I can wear this quite comfortably. But I'm just wearing a camisole inside, so it's feeling a little bit itchy in certain places. I can wear it, but it's just not as comfortable as I wish it was. We'll see. Maybe if I wear a long sleeve shirt or a t-shirt inside, it won't be that bad, and that's probably going to happen in the winter. My next finished object is the Tolsta Tee by Rebecca Clow of the Crowther podcast. This is it. I still haven't woven in all my ends here, so let's pretend that I have. I think it was really cute. It turned out really cute and really cropped. All right, so let me be a bit more systematic about this. So the yarn I used is also the recommended Woolyknit cotton yarn in dusty coral and soft cotton cream. I decided obviously to knit it in stripes. I followed the pattern. The yoke was a little short, I thought, so I think I just did an extra, maybe an extra row or two after to make it a little bit, just to make it a little bit longer. I knit size 3 and used needle size 5.5 millimeters. That's how I met gauge. I knit 8 rows to get for each stripe. That's why I need to weave in my ends, and I couldn't carry it over because it was more than two rows in a stripe. Yeah, it's great. I really like it. Let me try it on. Okay, here it is. Let me show you what it looks like. It's too short on me now. I say now. It's too short on me, I think, and I think I should have, I don't know what happened. I should have done a peach and then a cream color after, I think. I was hoping to wear this over my dresses, but I don't know, the style just didn't work out, I think. So I don't do that, but I do wear this with jeans with a camisole inside. It is, as I said, summer is over in Scotland, so it's really comfortable to wear a camisole and this shirt on top. And then one thing that I'm not sure about with this pattern is the ribbed collar, or not this, the ribbed hem on the, yeah, at the end of the sleeves and in the body. I'm not sure I really like it. It kind of flares out. It could be the way I had blocked it, or I'm really not sure. And excuse the creases. I've worn this a couple of times and it's due to be washed, so it was in my wash knit pile and I just took it out of there. One thing I had done wrong, I think here, if you can see it, it's quite clear, is that I knit after I knit the collar, I knit one row of I don't know, knit stitches in peach, and I think instead of doing that I should have just knit immediately with a cream color, so the German short rows won't create this odd thing here. But I don't care. I mean, I don't know if anyone will notice, and I don't mind that they do, and I don't mind that I see it, so it's fine the way it is. I'm really happy with how it's turned out, and yeah, I do wear this a lot. I have not washed this in the washing machine. I'm pretty sure I can because it's cotton, but I'm still scared to do it. Maybe I should just do it. And also I need to knit, I need to weave in these ends before they unravel. I was considering lengthening the shirt, but I've run out of the dusty coral yarn now, because I was knitting another shirt, which I will show you now because it makes sense to do so. I cast on the Provence top by Ekaterina Vorobeva. I hope I said that correctly, and I'm very sorry if I didn't. This it's a bottom up, so my first bottom up shirt blouse. The front is a sweetheart like shaped lace for the yoke and for the sleeves. So this is the back, and so I used the same cotton in dusty coral. This is the back, the lace at the back, that's finished. The back yoke is finished and the body is finished, and this is the front, which is not finished. There you go. That's the sweetheart neckline, so it'll end up here. It's super, I thought it was really cute. I hold 2 strands of the Woolyknit cotton yarn together, and this is all I have left. I really don't think it's enough to finish the front yoke and the sleeves, so I might have to buy another cone, which it's currently out of stock, one, and two, I don't know if I really want to because it's cotton. But if I don't, then I don't finish this, then what am I gonna do with it? So I haven't really decided. If you have any ideas, please let me know. I still have the soft cotton cream one, so I could just maybe knit the lace bit in this color. Yeah, I don't know what to do, but this is one of my whips. What can I say about this? I've talked about the yarn. I'm knitting size XL with a needle with a 5mm needle. I think the recommended must be 4 or 4.5, probably 4. And but then I still didn't meet gauge, and I didn't want to size up a needle size again because the fabric would be not very nice. So I used Taylor of the Wool Needle Hands podcast. I used her tutorial on how to figure out the size that you need to knit if you're working with a different gauge, which is so good. So it's such an easy thing to work out. So I found that so far for all the things that all the garments that I've knit, I never meet gauge because the way I knit is a lot tighter than most people. It's probably a beginner thing. It's probably because I haven't knit as much as other people have. The point is, I always have to size up a needle to meet gauge, or size up a needle and size up in terms of size as well. And you'll see that later. Yes, but this is the Provence top, which is now on hibernate because I don't know what to do with it. If anyone has any ideas or suggestions, please let me know, because I don't have enough yarn and I don't know if I want to buy another cone, which would then allow me to finish this, but then I'd have so much left over. I could make another, but then I'd have 3 things in this color. I don't know if I really want that. So in terms of the sizing, it looks quite large. Like, it looks really, really big on me, but actually when I tried it on, it just seemed comfortable. My only worry is now, if I try it on, if I wear it, like the sweetheart area, the area will be too low, or like, I don't know, floppy or offside, or I don't know, weird because of the big size. But I don't like shirts that really hug me. In fact, even this Tolsta Tee, I feel like I should have sized up a little bit more, because I don't know, it's just more comfortable to have large things on. That is, in my season of life as a new mother, I think that is just my fashion now. My next finished object is the Aosta Cardigan. It looks funny. Maybe I'll show you the back. Ta-da! I still need to weave in my ends and to block it, obviously, but I have finished it. All done. So the yarn that I'm using is the We Are Knitters Meriwool that goes with the Hackney cardigan kit that they sell. So I knit the Hackney cardigan a while back and I felt like the fit just wasn't right for me, so I frogged it and then created this one instead. I have a whole maybe like 95% left of one more ball after knitting this cardigan. I'm not sure about the yarn. I mean, I'm not a yarn expert, but this was a bit of a pain to knit with. The yarn isn't spun maybe as much as, because if I pull too tight, it will detach for itself. I don't know, or like my needle will just go through the actual yarn strands, and I don't know, it was a bit of a pain to knit with. That is my comment, but it is really soft. I think it's superwash merino. I know a few people are not fans of superwash, but it's really nice and soft. I knit the size large, and used the needle size 7mm, so it was a really quick knit. I think I could have done with knitting the size medium, but again, I am just in the season of my life where I like everything just big on me. And yeah, oh, I need to put the buttons. I need to get buttons and then sew it. So it's not that finished, but it's nearly finished. In knitting the sleeves, I used the traveling magic loop technique, which I thought was really good. And then what I did was I used the 7mm needle on the right, and then so I'm right-handed, and a 6mm, so a smaller needle on the left, and it just allowed me to knit quicker, or it was just a smoother process doing it that way. So for most of the knits after I discovered that technique, or that way of knitting, that's what I've been doing, just a size smaller needle on the left. This is one of the first projects, I think, where I really thought that knitting was so magical. Like, I'm not thinking about Harry Potter, Wingardium Leviosa kind of magic. I'm thinking more like Cinderella's fairy godmother, like bibbity bobbity boo type of magic. Because the way this is constructed, right, you start at the top and you just shape it, and then suddenly you have two front panels, the sleeves, and a back panel. Like, it's just amazing how you suddenly have some sort of shape that fit a garment just from two sticks, a pair of needles, and some string. Like, it's just, I just found that process so magical that I think everybody should learn to knit and experience that. My last almost finished object is a stuffed toy. This is Charlie the chimpanzee, who's back from the dead. So I used the pattern in the book Knitted Wild Animal Friends by Louise Crowther maybe, and just used the same yarn she recommended, the Scheepjes Stonewashed in onyx, black onyx, and in boulder opal. I think it turned out really cool. It looks like, I mean, I did you can see the mistakes though. Like, I did this leg first and it was just, I think I mattress stitched it all wrong. So this is better, and that's why I think it just hangs better than this one. But you know, my 1-year-old, he's nearly 1.5, and I don't think he'll mind. The arms are a little bit wonky, but it's not too bad. The ears are wonky as well. I think you'll see. I did this one first and then realized, oh, I should probably curve it in. So I did that for this year. I feel like once Jack, I don't know, tears him apart, I can fix all these. I can fix all these things. I'm assuming he's gonna destroy this one way or another, and I'm sure I can repair it and fix it. And then for the mouth, I just put what thread is this? DMC, like the thread you use for embroidery. And then and the same for the nose. There were no instructions in the book on how to do this, so I just did it copying the picture. It's fine. And as you can see, all I need to do now is sew the buttons in. I have some like unpainted buttons, wooden ones, that I think I'm going to paint. So I bought some non-toxic paint used for kids furniture, because Jack is going to put it in his mouth and will, I don't know, chew on it. So I wanted to make sure that the paint was non-toxic. So it was a bit of a slog. So the actual knitting was super quick, because it's not a lot of knitting. It was the mattress stitching and the stuffing process that took a long time for me, mainly because I couldn't get myself to just do it. But then Jack was getting older, and it was like, oh, he's really into stuffed toys. I should probably get him one. I should probably get around to finishing it. So he's been playing with this for a little bit. Yeah, the head's a little bit wobbly because I attached him to the very tip of the body. I'm thinking if I maybe need to attach him a little bit lower, just so his head isn't too wobbly. But he's finished, nearly finished. But I am counting him as a finished object, like this cardigan. On to my whips. I've already talked about the Provence top. Next, I will talk to you about my socks. So I'm knitting my first pair of socks using the Crazy Sock Ladies Vanilla Socks on Magic Loop tutorial and pattern. I finished one sock. Yeah! I thought it was really cool. The process was easy. The stockinette is a bit of a slog, I thought. I think you're supposed to knit 50 or 60 rows for the leg, but I got sick of it and ended up doing 47 rows instead or something. So it's a little bit shorter because it was a bit of a slog. I think I was knitting this while I was knitting the body of the Provence top, which was all stockinette as well in the round. Like, I thought I would enjoy it, but it is not as enjoyable as I thought it would be. The yarn that I'm using is Woolyknit sock yarn. Clearly, a lot of Woolyknit because they had that summer sale, and so that's why I'm using a lot of that yarn. This is their sock yarn. I think it's merino and nylon. I think it's 75/25. And the colorway is ice blue. I really like the color. I wish I had knit like a textured kind of sock, like kind of lace or some sort of texture. I've cast on the second pair. I'm just working on the leg. Oops. And I'm using Chaogu 2.25 millimeter needles. And these are I'm using the fixed ones because I don't need interchangeable ones because I already have bamboo interchangeable needles. But my bamboo ones, the C-knit ones, it snapped. The 2.25 ones, like I was knitting maybe up to here of the first sock, the leg of the first sock, and it just snapped. Like, I didn't know what to do. I felt so bad. Like, these are kind of expensive needle tips, so I felt really bad about that. That's why the project was on hold for a little bit, but it's back because I got new Chaogu needles and they're so good. So good. I'm not sure it's long enough to do 2 socks at a time. Maybe. I guess you keep 1 sock on the actual needles and 1 sock here. Maybe. I mean, I would like to try. I don't know if I'd enjoy it, but I might. I'm knitting the size medium. I first knit the size small and it was too small. So I knit the size medium and it's working out amazing. Can't wait to get this finished. My last whip, I'm so excited about. I cast this on just a few days ago. This is the Salty Days sweater by Veronika Lindberg, or Kutovakika in her YouTube and Instagram. I think one of the things that makes me feel so excited about this project is the yarn. So I finally bit the bullet and bought Sandnes Garn Double Sunday and some Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair. I've heard a lot of people talk about these 2 yarns and they rave about it, but it was a bit pricier than something like Drops or whatever. And I thought, but you know what, I'm as per usual, I gave birth to a child. I'm in my 30s, I'm earning money, I deserve nice things. So I bit the bullet and bought a sweater quantity of the 2, and oh my lord, the difference between this soft silk mohair with the Drops kid silk mohair is vast. I mean, to be fair, you get what you pay for. The Drops one isn't bad. It's what I got was super fluffy, so it could be that it's not representative of the actual kid silk mohair range. There could be better colors maybe, but this, oh my goodness, not a scratch. It feels so comfy and the color is so cute. So this is Poppy Rose and this is new 3511. There's no color name, I think, not on the website. So I purchased these from knit.co.uk. Knit with 2 T's. The yarn, I can't tell you how amazing it is to knit with. I mean, look at this. So far, I don't know if the mohair will shed as much as the drops one. Well, that said, I did pick some out. I just hope it won't go into much of my food. So the first sweater, I can't really wear it with when I play with my son because it just gets everywhere. It gets in his mouth, it gets everywhere. But I'm hoping this won't be that bad, because I was thinking of actually knitting this just with the double Sunday and without the mohair, but the mohair makes it so pretty. Like, I get why people do it, and it's so nice and soft. So this is the back yoke, and this is the 2x1 rib and an eyelet row and some lace. It's really, really pretty. I can't wait to finish, and I think I'll be able to knit this quite quickly. So I'm using size 6mm needles, but I think the recommended was size 5. I even did a swatch for size 7 just to see what it would look like, and it was really, really, really chunky, but that's where I met gauge, and I thought it didn't look right. So I again used Taylor's tutorial on how to choose your size, the size to knit to meet the gauge that you swatched, and yeah, ended up with a size medium, which is the better size anyway for me, I think, because Kika's sample size was small, and she's a lot smaller than me, although it does look really oversized on her. But yeah, so I figured medium was the right size, I hope. That's everything. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast, and I'll see you next time. Bye!